This is the next step on how to blind solve the Rubik's Revenge. In the last tutorial, I started to explain the commutators concept, and the fact you need to set up your cube so that two centers can exchange through one slice turn, and the center before it, so 9 exchanges with 13, center 2 is not on the same slice as center 9. The maximum setup move should be 1. You may actually have the slice turn being this slice or this slice, whatever. But the point is, you need to set it up in a similar position to mine. So, like I said, the commutator is going to be slice turn, slice turn for algorithm A, and then another slice turn for algorithm B. And you undo it. So, here's what you're going to... So, I started to explain it a bit, and I explained it for this situation. You set it up like this. First, what you're going to do, so you should have your 3 faces set up correctly at this point for your slice turn, your face turn, and everything should be ready. Alright, my cube just so happened to be in that position, and I got very lucky. It should be a maximum of 1 setup move if it's on 3 adjacent faces. So, what you're going to do is, first, you have to see, okay, the first, you're technically going to perform like 2 swaps, like 2 exchanges. The first exchange is putting this center down here, the second one's putting this center over here. Your second exchange is always going to be that single slice turn, okay? The first exchange is going to be the center before it goes down here, so center 2 to 9. Normally I'd be holding the cube like this, and I'd just turn the cube and start doing it, but okay, I'm going to show you from this angle. So here's what I do. I see, okay, center 2 goes to center 9. First I need to perform a slice turn, because that's the first part of algorithm A. The slice turn is a lowercase fi. Okay? What you need to do, you need to put this center, you need to put center 9 onto the face that center 2 is on. You need to basically go backwards, kind of. So, if your slice turn was over here, like if you had to perform your slice turn over here, you would do a face turn in this direction. If you didn't understand that, then you didn't have to do that. So, the point is, you have to do, in my case, you do an fi turn this way. Center 2, center 2 shouldn't move in this case, because it is not on a slice turn. Alright? You perform that fi move, and now the 2 centers are on the same face. You need to put this center up here, because, as you know, it goes slice turn, slice turn, and the second slice turn is just going to be the F. And I need to put this center down here. So I do that FI, a U2. See, now these 2 centers have swapped. Mainly the center went up there, the center went up there, and then you perform that FI move. Okay, now that is algorithm A. Okay, as you can see, the top face and this face, only this face and this face were affected, mainly. So, if you look, if you do the inverse of the algorithm, like I said, the inverse should not affect the algorithm at all. I just undid it. So, you do your A algorithm. Your B algorithm is a slice turn. However, people's first instinct would be, okay, this center needs to go over here, so they would perform a UI turn. That is not right. I do not know why this works. Well, you can see why when you do it, but actually, truly, the way the algorithm works, your commutator works, you put this center down here. Next, you put this center over here. Even though it's the opposite of the way you're supposed to cycle your centers, you're supposed to turn it the opposite way. So I get this center down here first, put this center down here first, with my FIU2F. Next, I put 13 into 9, and I do that slice turn. Okay? But before I do that, I want to show you that on this slice, right here, the only thing affected so far by algorithm A was this center. Meaning that, really, since nothing else was affected by it, this is kind of hard to explain, but Since that was the only thing affected by algorithm A, that center is going to be the only thing affected by algorithm A inverse, because they're working the exact same way. So, that's why you have to make sure that this center gets over here. I think that's the best explanation. So I say, okay, so I perform a U-turn. Okay? Next, undo the first algorithm. It was FI-U2-F. The inverse is actually the exact same thing. FI-U2-F. And next, you do the UI turn. Okay, I just want you to know this was the front face if you were very confused by that. But now if you look, this piece is still blue because I cycled a blue piece into it. But now this piece is solved, and so is this piece. I just cycled these three centers. Okay. The next case, the next three cycle is, okay, 2 has to go to 10, which has to go to 5. Okay? As you can see, I have no turns that creates, I have no exchanges. Like, I can't exchange this center to this center in one turn, this center to this center in one turn, this center to this center in one turn. Meaning, this is where I have to do a setup move. Now I'm going to show you. Possible setup moves could be UI, U, R, RI, F, or FI. Okay? But really, only one of them is going to work, and you have to think about this. Okay? If I did a UI turn, I now have two, all my centers are technically on the same slices. These two centers are on the same slice, these two centers are on the same slice, these two centers are on the same slice. That isn't good. Like I said, you can only have two centers on the same slice, the two that are exchanging through one slice turn. Alright, let's look at some others. Just want to make sure. If I did an R turn, I think this may work, but I don't want to do it. Yeah, this would work, but I don't want to do it. I'm going to show you how I would do it. Okay? This center has to go to here, this center goes to here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to perform RI. Okay, if I do an RI turn at this point, now look at the centers. Okay, this center goes here, this center goes here. These two are on the same slice and can be exchanged with each other. You look at the one beforehand, like 2 had to go to 10. Technically, this is still center 10. 2 has to go to 10, 10 to 5. Alright, if 10 cycles to 5, I have to look at how 2 cycles to 10. 2 cycles to 10, they're not on the same slice. This is a possible condition we can be in. Okay? So here's what we do. We're basically in a very similar position. It's almost exactly the same, this algorithm. So what you do, okay, this piece, 2 has to go to 10. Alright, but technically 10 is in location 9. You have to memorize, okay, while you're blind solving, you think, okay, it's the center right here. If I perform the RI turn, the center is now going to be over here. You have to remember that, which makes commutators also even more challenging. So here you go. You do your FI turn, U2, F. It just so happened to work out that way. Okay? I'll show you it again, just to show you what's going on. This piece goes down here, so I put that slice turn up, I put that slice up, do a U2 move, and put the slice down. Next, this center has to go over here, so you do the opposite of the way you would normally think. You would normally think do a U move, like that, because then the pieces exchange, but really you're going to do UI. Okay? Undo the first algorithm, undo the second algorithm. Now once you're done with that, you must remember, undo the setup move. Your setup move was RI, so remember to do R. Now as you can see, I got that center solved, and that center solved. And next I have this center. This next example, this center has to go, location 2 has to go to location 15. 15 has to go to, I cannot think of the name, 11. Okay, now as you can see, it is white. Alright, well actually I'm about to run out of time. I'm going to explain this in the next part. But this is the next part on how to blind solve the Rubik's Revenge. Thanks for watching.